me get my background up. Time for some new t-shirts, baby. It's my background. There we go. So there's a lot of races going on. Yeah, there are a lot of races. Sorry, there are a lot of races going on. So what I'm going to try to do on my Instagram is to bring you all the races that are actually happening, because there's a lot of races going on, and yeah, and I think if everyone deserves some type of highlight. I'm going to try and do that. And so yeah, um, today Mads Peterson took care of the business. Today was pretty amazing. So we didn't just have Mads Peterson. We had the ladies racing today. We had a surprise winner in the Volta Burgos race. Is it Burgos or Burgos? You just turn this on. Maybe see maybe better. But the Volta Burgos race is I think it's Mia Olsted. So I'm not sure if you pronounce the B or the J, but I didn't hear it pronounced. But I know it's Mia Olsted, and she won today, and they won it for a late attack. In it was a really good race. It was a really good race. What happened? It wasn't a really difficult. It was more classed of a sprinters race, so they were looking for Lato Kopaki or Lorena Wiebes to like take the win, because it was category three climb, and usually sprinters can get over the category three climbs. But the climbers really went to the front and really turned the pace up to try to get rid of some people. And the crazy thing is they broke it all up, and they were able to get themselves, create a separation and get rid of like all of the main people. But the crazy thing is Lorena Wiebes was able to get over the climb, and she was part of the like maybe last 20 ladies or something like that. But something happened with Lato Kopaki. There was a crash. She got caught behind the crash, and then that was just before the climb. So unless she was on the back of that climb, then there was no way she was getting on. So Lato Kopaki lost time on the GC. And then the amazing thing was when they got to the top of the climb, there was a massive headwind or crosswind at the top of the climb. So what her name was Merlin Rusa was the one that initiated. She just went to the front and just put in a massive attack and went away. And then Mia Olsted was smart and wise to it and jumped on her wheel. And they basically like got 7 seconds just like that, 7 seconds, and it just creeped out because of the headwind and because they were on top of the climb, and it was plateau. The wind was coming strong, and then no one else behind really wanted to do the work to help chase back these two. And Rusa, is it Merlin Rusa? She's more known for the like time trial, and she was right in her element. And Merlin Russo, yeah, she was right in her element, and she just pushed the pace. And then she was talking to Mia Osa, come on, you got to help her. We could push this out, and they did. And they end up finishing like 20 seconds in front. And then once they got the gap on the plateau, it was only like 6 or 7 kilometers left to the finish. So they were able to hold on to the finish. And Mia Olstead out sprinted Merlin Russa to take the leader's jersey. But so that's how that day went. So it was a pretty exciting day. You just didn't expect to happen what happened on top of the climb, and just broke everything up. So it was really cool to see, the ladies duking it out like that. And that's how the ladies race went. Now to the men's race, the Giro d'Italia. It's the 13th. It's Friday the 13th, and Mads Peterson got his win number 4. He got stage win number 4, and it was a really technical and good finish. Isaac Del Toro is looking the business. He came really close today. He came really close today. He got third place. It was an uphill finish, and I think the mistake that UAE made was they should have hit it on like when it was really, really hard. They should have hit it like on the 12% when it was really hard and got rid of Mets and Walt. But they didn't. They sort of tempoed it through the toughest part of the climb to the finish. And it was like a 1 kilometer climb, and it was exactly a 1 kilometer climb to the finish. And I was looking at the profile. I'm like, UAE needs to just really, really, really hit it hard because once they get over that 12%, it's sort of still going up, but then it eases up a bit enough for like the likes of Mads Peterson and Wout van Aert to take it a business. The surprise of the day was Roglic, Tom Pidcock, Juan Ayuso, um, uh, what's his name, Michael Stora, Ciccone, all of these guys that are supposed to be like the main contenders are now second fiddle to who was not even really supposed to be a contender because when they got over that little 12% of gradient and it's sort of like eased enough where actually Mads could actually deliver a sprint. The only person that was there was Wout van Aert and Isaac Del Toro, and they actually put like there was actually a gap between them and the field. So Roglic, like everybody just mentioned, Pitcock, all of these guys, they were like they just weren't there. And Isaac Del Toro is just like, I'm like, this boy is strong. Like I keep saying it, but Egan Bernal already said he's the strongest one in the race, but maybe not for the sprints. But like I think he's gonna do some damage in the climbs. And if Roglic should have been right there on his wheel. Roglic is really going to be contending. He has no time trials to get any time back. So it's all about the climbing. So Roglic is probably going to be hitting it hard and trying to do his thing. And I think Isaac Del Toro is going to be able to hold his own and defend against who he needs to defend against into the big mountains. So it's all to play for the rest of the field. I mean, everybody has time to make up. I think somebody that's going to gain some time is Richard Carapaz because now he's inspired after his win yesterday. So you're going to see Richard Carapaz really, he's going to really be in the mountains and doing his thing, like really, like I'm here to play ball, and you're not gonna stop Richard Carapaz. He's here to play. So and that amazing win that he got a couple of days ago was just it was just really good to see. But it's a picture of Egan in the time trial thing, but you just got to show Isaac Del Toro because this young man he is just stepping up and leaps and bounds. Everyone's comparing him to Tadej Pogacar. I mean, like the way he stands up, it's really reminiscent of Tadej Pogacar, really reminiscent of Tadej Pogacar. And he's from Mexico. He's the first rider from Mexico to wear the pink jersey. And I was getting mixed up at first because I thought, Raul Alcala was the first, but he was in the Tour de France and La Volta. So he was the first Mexican in that rider, but I actually got to ride against Raul Alcala. Real cool guy, real cool guy. So I think that's about it, man. I don't got a lot more to say about today. Today was just the finish, the excitement, and then Isaac Del Toro even tried to help out. He even tried to help out Juan Ayuso to get some seconds back because when they had the Red Bull sprint where you can get seconds back and get time back if you win the sprint like use the first three places they get like time bonuses. So there was a guy off the front and he uh, took the 6 seconds. So Juan Ayuso and Isaac Del Toro just leaped off in front of everybody. And then once Isaac Del Toro realized that he's going to win the sprint and he saw Juan Ayuso was on his wheel, he just set up and let Juan Ayuso get the 4 seconds and Isaac Del Toro take the 2 seconds. So that would bring Juan Ayuso closer to Isaac Del Toro, but take him further away from everyone else. But then when they ended the uphill sprint, and Mads took the big bonus seconds at the finish. Mads took 10, Walt took 6, I believe, and Isaac took 4. So in total today, Isaac Del Toro earned like 6 bonus seconds. So even though you know Juan Ayuso got a couple seconds back, Isaac Del Toro ran on to get a few more seconds on everybody else. So he's just man. And what is tomorrow looking like? Tomorrow is looking like. Uh, let's have a quick look at what tomorrow's stage looks like. So tomorrow's stage 14, says Treviso to Nova Gorica, if I'm saying it right. And it looks like a fairly flat stage. except for a pretty big bump towards the end, but the bump is only category 4. But the crazy thing, they have all these smaller climbs, like right before the finish is like the small category 4 climb, 0.7 kilometers. No, no, is it 7.7? Is that 7.7? No, 0.7 kilometers is 7.7%. And then, yeah, next one is 0. So it looks like they do a loop twice they do it. There is a finishing circuit, but the 4 kilometer the category 4 climb is 3.5 kilometers with the average of 4.9%. So I don't see anybody getting dropped or anything on that climb. But the crazy thing is, you have all these little small little uncategorized little pitches just before the category 4 climb, the top of the category 4 climb, and after it. And those like sometimes do a lot of damage because they don't rate them. But I think the riders know, and I think the riders know that they need to be in a certain position because some of them, can get pretty steep. So it's hard to see. So that's the what the stage is looking like for tomorrow, and I think the climbing really starts on Sunday. Let's see the stage 14. Stage So the stage 13, 14 is tomorrow, stage 15. Okay, yeah. So yeah, we have on stage 14 a big category 1 climb, which is 25.1 kilometers at 5.7% average, but it's got some really steep pitches in there going throughout the climb. So I wonder how UAE is going to play that tomorrow. And then just before they finish, they go an upper climb, but then it's sort of like they finishes on a plateaus. So the second climb, so you got a category 1 climb, then you got a category 2 climb, and I'm pretty sure Fontaine what's his name, Fortunato Fortunato is going to go for the big points tomorrow on that category 1 climb. That not tomorrow, on Sunday. So tomorrow is looking more like a sprinter day, but it does have 2 bumps in it. It has 1 big bump in it. That's I believe I said it's 7 kilometers, and it's a category 4 climb. So the chances are that Mads and the top sprinters are going to be able to get over that unless somebody like UEA go to the front and just barnstorm it for no reason, just to try to get rid of them. But we don't know what they'll do. But we think UAE are probably going to be at the front setting tempo, but at the same time not doing trying not to do too much to save themselves for Sunday. And then they finish on a loop that has these 2 uphill pitches. And I think they're going to be reminiscent of what it was like, going over the Poggio if you watch Milan to San Remo. So they probably will be fast because it is a circuit loop that they do 2 times. So it's going to be interesting to see. So sometimes the circuit finishes are pretty nice. But what's cool about the circuit finishes, it gives the fans the chance to see the riders more than one time. You could position yourself and you could get pictures and stuff. That's the cool thing about the circuits when they finish on the circuits. So anyway, like Mads Peterson got it was, oh my goodness, like this is the second time Mads and Walt Van Aert head to head, second time Matt Pedersen and Walt Van Aert head to head. And the thing is, everyone's saying Walt is still not in tip top form. I don't know because Patterson, that means you're taking away from Patterson because Patterson is probably going the best that I've seen him in quite some time, and even in form, Walt Renault's going to have problem beating Patterson. So it's making for good entertainment and good cycling, and love seeing what's going on. Definitely love seeing what's going on. And if you missed it, I mentioned earlier, her name is Ati. She won the ladies race today in the Volta Borghese, and it was our first pro win. And the Volta Borges, the Volta Borges. And it's crazy how that she won. She out sprinted Amula and Rusa, and they really literally got rid of the ladies on a crosswind and just went to the front, just drilled it. So it's a really good race to see, really exciting race to see. I got a lot of races that are not showing up on the radar. I'm going to just keep an eye on Instagram, and I'm going to be posting these races of these are like the kids that are coming up following the Mads Petersens and the Tadej Pogacars, and they're doing like races in Tour Japan and other races and stuff. So I'm gonna bring you that stuff probably over the weekend, and all of those results over the weekend, so you can see who's doing what, where, when, and how. Alrighty, so that's about it for me in the Sluby Say Rich Lakes Media. I hope you, if you got a chance to see the Giro, if you got a chance to see the Volta Burgos, if you got a chance to just tune into those and support the ladies, support, and actually support the guys too, support the guys. But I'm also going to try to support the up and coming riders, so we're going to do that as well. Anyway, like I said, in this Luby Say Rich Lakes Media, I hope you hit the like button. And if you're unsubscribed, please subscribe to the channel and don't hesitate to share. Hi, Noah. Appreciate you tuning in. And I hope you hit the like button if you did. Thank you so much. And I will see you tomorrow.